I told my friend that his girlfriend is about to leave him because all he does is play games and doesn't have a job. Now he's knocking on my door crying because she kicked him out. I am friends with Ruby and Tom. We met at uni and were part of the same group of friends. They got together in our final year. After uni, Tom and I started work. Ruby did master while working. She and Tom moved in together. After their masters, Ruby landed a very good job and Tom decided to quit his. Apparently, she wasn't happy but let it go. Ruby and I were best friends, but after graduation she became boring. While me and Tom would have a drink or two in their garden, she would study or work and drift apart. Recently, Ruby has been more distanced. Then, I come over and Tom and I sit in the garden. She doesn't even join us. She does her own stuff. She barely acknowledges us, but Tom doesn't see an issue. I tried to tell him, but he said it's fine. At least she doesn't bother him while gaming anymore. She's lost a lot of weight lately. She's gained it because of her thyroid, and has just been focusing on herself. I tried inviting her to have a drink with us, but she always refuses. Frankly, I think she's taken adulting way too seriously. Last Saturday, I was out with some friends and we're doing a pub crawl. At one, I noticed Ruby having a drink with her friends. I didn't know she had any, and she was her old self, laughing, having fun, cracking jokes. She was the life of a party. I didn't know any of these people and I suspected Tom didn't either. I texted Tom and he said he's busy with a game and we'll talk later. I couldn't let it go. She went outside with her friend and I followed them. It was crowded so she didn't notice me and I kind of eavesdropped on them. I was lucky because they were talking about her plans and it seems that she's planning on leaving Tom. She's sick of him not working and ignoring her but been stuck because he doesn't work. She saved money for herself and saved a few months' money for him so when she leaves, he can have money to live off. I couldn't believe my ears. What a beach. She said she's got her ticket and house sorted but she saw me. Before saying more, she looked at me with disgust, didn't even acknowledge me, and she switched to another language with her friend. I got a taxi and went straight to Tom's telling him what I heard. He told me to stop being silly. I told him that he should consider what to do so she stays and he said she has no reason to leave. We played some games and got a bit more drunk. I stayed on their sofa and didn't know when Ruby would come home. I was woken up by Ruby at 2 p.m. and she called me an asshole amongst other names, kicked me out of the house, telling me to never come again. She was pissed because Tom confronted her about leaving. She told me to not meddle and I told her he has a right to know if she's going to leave and has a chance to make things right. Was I really in the wrong for telling him? I mean, we used to be friends but I don't think I have any obligation to her, but I am not sure. Update, poop has hit the fun. Last night, Tom knocked on my door crying. She kicked him out. They were talking and he was begging for her to stay. He offered to find a part-time job and do more around the house but she wouldn't listen to him and didn't care that he wanted to try. She said she's leaving in 2 weeks' time. He asked where and if they could meet and work on things while leaving separately, but she's moving abroad. She asked him to go and stay someplace else while she was packing and he could move back in once she left. She told him she had money saved up for him so he'd have time to find a job. He asked her if he could get them now since he had to go someplace else to stay and she said absolutely not. She also said that because of that, him asking her, she wasn't going to give him money for 6 months as she initially planned but only for 3 months because he only cares about money. So he is not staying at mine because he doesn't have money to stay elsewhere for 2 weeks and she wouldn't even give him a penny. He has his debit card. They had a joint account and she had a separate one, but she's transferred all but £100. That's all he has for 2 weeks. As you can see, she's not the saint you guys make her up to be. Tom is heartbroken, and all she cares about is money and her move. She doesn't care how he feels or if he has a place to stay for the 2 weeks.